Welcome back to another top whatever type list. These are 10 things I like to see happen this year in comics and comics related. Okay? Yep, just 10 things. That's all I can think of. First, and this is obvious to a few friends of mine, get the main Star Wars book a new artist. Yeah, because for the past 9 issues, the artwork has been atrociously bad. I mean, I don't have a problem with Karen Gillan as the writer of the book. That's not the problem. The problem with the book is the artwork, and it's so bad. It is garbage. I mean, why in the world would Marvel keep allowing this guy on the book? I'm sure people have complained that Salvador Larroca's artwork on Star Wars is really bad. Especially on the faces. Oh my gosh, the human faces look so terrible. I'm kind of like, why can't they bring back someone like John Cassidy or, and this might be an interesting one. How about Mark Bagley or even, I don't know, how about Tony S. Daniel? Anybody. Well, except Greg Land. We don't need him doing the whole tracing thing with the Star Wars character. But put a good artist on Star Wars. Come on, Marvel. But that's the first thing I can see happen this year. Number two, and this one's quite obvious. I hope for this every single year. All the comic book films being good. And as far as I know, there's only a handful of ones coming out this year. I mean, next month is Black Panther. We also have Avengers Infinity War. Let's see, what else? We have Aquaman. What else? I think the other one I can think of is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, yes, and there's 3 X-Men films. There's New Mutants, Deadpool 2, and X-Men Dark Phoenix. And that's it. I think it's like almost 10 films this year. So I'm hoping all of them are good. That's what I hope, though. Along with Solo, I'm hoping that too, even though that some people think that might be a bomb because Disney doesn't really care about Star Wars much anymore. But yeah. Alright, number 3. Better marketing for the book sold by Marvel. Yeah, this has been a problem for Marvel for the past few years. Basically, the reason why the books don't sell too well, not just because they have too many books on the shelves, because Marvel just does not care to promote them at all. The only books currently to get a promotion are the X-Men books. And that's it. No other books published by Marvel Comics get a promotion. If you read any X-Men book, with the exception of Deadpool, at the end of every single issue, they have a promotion of every single X-Men book coming out for that particular month or the following month. Heck, they even get a release that even a brief summary or books are coming out. It's like X-Men can get good promotion, but does Spider-Man, does the Avengers, does any other comic outside of X-Men? I mean, the cosmic books in Humans was getting it, but with Humans, almost every single book associated with the Humans brand, with the exception of Black Bolt, has ended. Yeah, Royals got canceled after 12 issues, though it's going to be concluded in Human Judgment Day one-shot. Secret Warriors ending just this is going to end this month with the final issue. Black Bolt's the only thing that's continuing. They need to have a miniseries in Humans once featuring. Oh, there is one other comic I can think of, and that's Mungo Devil Dinosaur. But even though it's an Human book, it is not promoted at all. It's just Black Bolt, Secret Warriors, and Royals, and of course Humans Future King. But Mungo Devil Dinosaur, despite the fact being a Human book, because the main character isn't Human, it's never promoted at all. Alright, yeah, but Marvel needs to have better marketing for their book. I mean, why can't they do this? What DC does, where whenever you have an upcoming story coming up, they actually do a one-page advertisement on like all the books for a particular, like they do for they do for pretty much like a lot of the really big name books. Heck, they do it for Green Arrow, for crying out loud. And yet, for some reason, Marvel just doesn't care to do that. Or I don't know, how about having other characters appear in other people's books, like guest star appearances, put editorial notes in there? Yeah, I hope with the new editor-in-chief, we actually have better marketing for the books, because the marketing has sucked for the past couple years. And that, in my honest opinion, is the other reason why books are not selling too well. Not just because there are too many books on the shelves. The other reason is because the books are never marketed. Alright, number 4. The wedding of Batman and Catwoman. I hope to God this happens. And I hope that DC doesn't do that stupid thing they did with Batwoman Maggie Sir when they tried to get married back in, I think it was I'm trying to remember. I think it was 2013. Yeah, they tried to get the writers of the book, Haden Blackman and James Williams III, tried to get these two married. Heck, they had plans to do a lesbian wedding in the comic, but apparently DC got cold feet and told them no. I hope to God does not happen again, because that was stupid on the part of DC to do that. And it's been 4 years since DC has attempted an actual wedding. And another one I'd like to see this year, and this I hope does happen, and DC gets off their stupid high horse about heroes not being in relationships. Think, oh, the people relationships are boring. Really? That's probably disrespectful to at least a lot of people who are in relationships. I may not be in a relationship, but I can probably sympathize. I can probably understand how other people feel about that stupid comment that DC put out 4 years ago. Yeah. I hope to God that they get married. I mean, currently, how many couples are married at DC Comics right now? I mean, in the universe. Overall, there's only like 2. There's Superman and Lois, and Aquaman and his wife. That's it. They're the only couples actually married. Though, Scandal Savage, the daughter of Vandal Savage, she has 2 wives. And at least she is married. The only actual... And thank you, Gail Simone, for doing that. That was last year that happened. But can we please have an actual wedding at DC Comics? I mean, the last known one they did was Green Arrow and Black Canary back in 2009. Something happened 9 years ago. Can we please have another wedding at DC? Please. Do that, please. Excuse me. Alright. Another Avengers comic. Yeah. Currently, right now, from Marvel, there are 3 Avenger comics. You have the main book, U.S. Avengers, and Canadian Avengers. Though Canadian Avengers and U.S. Avengers are going hiatus for this weekly crossover, this weekly event known as Avengers No Surrender. Though, from what I've heard, they are going to resume publishing afterwards. I kind of think you need a 4th or 5th book for Avengers. I mean, the X-Men have got, like, at least currently right now, about 5 group books. Yep. Well, upcoming, you're going to have another one. Actually, it's like 4. You have X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue, you have Weapon X, Astonishing X-Men, and Generation X. 5 books. So Generation X is going to be ended, and it's going to be replaced with... Well, actually, it's going to start up next month, and that's X-Men Red. So basically, it'll be 6 titles. The Avengers have only got, for group books, only 3. Avengers, U.S. Avengers, and Canadian Avengers. I kind of feel as though we need another one, and hopefully it's better marketed this time. I mean, what book would I want to see come back, basically, as an ongoing series? How about A-Force, since that was abruptly canceled to 10 issues due to low sales? Can we have that? I hope to God, yes. I mean, yeah, the lineup might be slightly different, especially since, well, actually, I think this would work. Yeah, bringing back this group would be a brilliant stroke of genius, especially since all of them, except for 1 character, are still active in the Marvel Universe. Well, actually 2, because Singularity apparently died at the end of the series. But the only character that currently active is Dazzler. I hope to God, basically, they actually do something with A-Force, because the series ended, and it never bothered to have the group disband. I hope the group makes a comeback soon. And I like to see them basically headquartered... Well, since they'll have the F-Flight space station, maybe they would headquartered in the West Coast. I wouldn't mind even the West Coast Avengers coming back. Yep. Alright. I mean, you can back anything. You can back A-Force, you can back Avengers West Coast. It could be anything. It doesn't have to, the team doesn't have to be based out of New York City. Though I think that U.S. Avengers is not based out of New York City. No, I think it's based out of, off the top of my head, U.S. Avengers is based out of AIM Island. But I would love to see it. Yep. Alright, number 6. A new comic book for Hawkman. Yes, I would think with this character coming back, he needs a new ongoing series. Why not give him one? I mean, he had a mini-series published last year, The Death of Hawkman, an awesome comic book. And plus, just last month, we had a one-shot featuring the character. Excuse me. I would think that the character might come back. Why not have DC give an ongoing series? I would have write it. Let's see. Well, you could have James Robinson write it again because he's back at DC. I don't see why not. After all, there's no rule at DC Comics that a writer can't write more than one comic at a time. Scott Snyder did this for a few comic books. He wrote Batman, he did Batman Turtle at the same time he was doing Batman, and of course he was doing American Vampire. So I don't see why James Robinson can't do another book aside from Wonder Woman. Yep, that's my number 6. All right. Number 7 is adding Wonder Girl, Bunker, and Static Shock to Teen Titans. I almost forgot, basically, in my last review, I forgot to mention that Static Shock made a one-issue appearance during the Tony Estano run for Cyber Talkman. Yeah, he did. His only appearance, his one and only appearance outside of the comic book. Though he did make an appearance after that in a cameo for the sort of preview for the post-Convergence Justice League United stuff by Jeff Parker. But that was 2 years ago, and no one's seen how to hear from him. I would think, though, it'd be a good idea to add him to the team. But he's based out of New York City, not San Francisco. I wouldn't mind seeing him added to either the main team, either the adult team, or the Teen Titans. Who knows? Wonder Girl, I definitely think should, because if you still want to do, if Ben Percy still wants to hold the whole thing with the whole classic Marvel from George Perez thing, you need to have a Wonder Girl on the team. I mean, if you look at the lineup, basically, with the exception of I would say Aqualad, almost every single person has been associated, or at least have a name associated with the Marvel from George Perez run. Even though Damien has nothing to do with that run at all, but I personally would love to see it. And plus, they're planning on adding Superboy to the team, so I don't see why Wonder Girl and Static Shock can't join. Heck, even Bunker, no one's seen higher hair from him in like a year. Yeah, I would like to see him rejoin the Teen Titans. There's nothing that says he can't do it, but yeah, I'd like to see that. Number 8. Finding, and this is basically something that my friend Edgar will like to see. I'd like to hear about this one. And I hope Marvel does announce this soon. Finding out who's replacing Brian Michael Bendis on Iron Man, Defenders, Jessica Jones, and Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean, I know for he's leaving off 4 books, and his final issues for each one of these books. Iron Man is 600. Defenders, he's leaving at their issue 10. Jessica Jones, I already knew about this before the article came out. His final issue is 18. And Spider-Man's going to be issue 240, which I think everyone kind of predicted that. I like the Defender who's replacing him. I mean, my friend Edgar wants to see Tom Tiddler come back to Iron Man. I would too. I like to see even Dan Slott get a chance to get a shot at Iron Man, because he kind of write up Amazing Spider-Man. So, I don't see why not, especially since if you have him write the book, it would be interesting. But who knows? For Defenders, who would be my best choice for Defenders? Well, I would suggest Charles Schulz, but the guy's busy with Daredevil, Poe Dameron, Darth Vader, and Astonishing the X-Men. I don't think giving him a 5th book would work, especially since that would probably be too much work for him. I mean, 5 books. You want to be another Brian Michael Bendis, but if you want to get in that book, fine. At least he's writing the book. Heck, you want one person be good enough to do the book? David Walker. Yeah, I think he'd be brilliant for Defenders. Let me all know in the comments below who you'd like to see be the next writer for Defenders at Brian Michael Bendis leaves. In the case of Spider-Man, there's a few people I'd like to see. I'd like to see possibly Jerry Conway get a shot at the Miles Morales Spider-Man. I wouldn't see why not. Mike Costa, who writes Venom, I'd like to see him do it. Not Slott. Slott's been doing Spider-Man for way too long. Let's see, who else? I wish it's Wade, but the guy's busy with Avengers, Champions, and Captain America. But I think he would do it. I mean, after all, he did write. I think Wade would work. But the guy's doing 4 comic books right now. Aside from Avengers, Champions, and Captain America, the guy's doing Archie. So, yeah, he might be a good idea to do it, but I think that giving him 5 books would be a little too much for him. But it could be anybody. Heck, I wouldn't mind even seeing Tom Tilley get a shot at him. I mean, right now, the guy is only doing just Injustice 2 and All in the Wolverine. That's it. Alright. As for Jessica Jones, we're probably gonna find out about that one soon. But for the other three, I like to find out who's replacing in those books. Alright. Number 9. Adding Firestorm and Martian Manhunter to one of the two Justice League teams. It could be either one of them. I don't see why these two characters can't be on a Justice League team. There's no reason why they shouldn't. If I would choose one of the teams, I would suggest Martian Manhunter and Firestorm might work well. Of the two of them, Martian Manhunter might work well on the main team per se. After all, when was the last time we had, in the case of the lineup per se, the only change we actually had was adding Mira to the team, replacing Aquaman. And that's it. Would I just Martian Manhunter replace him on the team? I think that'd be a good idea, especially as Christopher Priest, the current writer, has written him on Justice League before. He wrote Justice League Task Force. Martian Manhunter was practically the main character of the book. I don't see why he can't join the team. In the case of Firestorm, I would like to see him join Justice League America. That would be interesting. Even though, yes, the team does have a villain of his on the team, Killer Frost, who I'm not going to reveal what happened to her in the most recent issue, but I would like to see Firestorm on Justice League America. After all, I don't think anybody else is using these characters. In the case of Martian Manhunter, he's a big name character, and yet, with the exception of a one-shot where you had a team with Martian Manhunter, Marvin the Martian, the guy has done nothing the past year since his ongoing series has ended. Yep. Alright. Number 10, Dark Horse Comics or Marvel doing something with Indiana Jones comic books. I would think that either one of these two would do something, especially since there's an Indiana Jones movie confirmed to come out next year. As for when, I don't know. That's just my personal. I don't know really when it's going to come out. But yeah. Oh, there is one other thing I forgot to mention. In honor mention, I've got to throw this out there. I would like to see the return of the Jonah Hex comic book. Because it has been overall like 3 years. Actually, 4 years since the Jonah Hex comic ended. So, I personally would love to see the comic come back. Heck, when I was at ManCon Tampa, I spoke to Tex Avery, the guy who basically did the artwork for Jonah Hex, Yosemite Sam one shot. He would love to. I spoke to him about I asked him I told him I would like to see Jonah Hex comic come back, and he agrees with me. He would love to see it come back too, and he would love to do the artwork for it. And I would also like to see Joey Palmioni get another shot at doing that particular ongoing series. Even though I heard something that he's going to be leaving Harley Quinn, so maybe he could do Jonah Hex again. I mean, the only comic he's doing now with Harley Quinn ending, with his run for Harley Quinn ending, with his run Harley Quinn wrapping up soon, and of course right now he's doing the Jets miniseries, which after 2 issues it's really good so far. So I'd like to see Joey Palmioni to pick up the character Jonah Hex and do more stories with him, because Jonah Hex is an awesome character. I would have thought maybe after his 2 appearances on Legends of Tomorrow that maybe DC might get a chance to have a series, but I haven't heard diddly squat when it came to Jonah Hex. I mean, the most recent thing they've done with him is given that one shot where he teamed up with Yosemite Sam. That is it. Yeah, that's really it. And alright, so that's really it for my top, well, I should say 11 things I would like to see in 2018. Okay? I will do a companion video probably tomorrow of things I would not like to see, that I don't want to see in 2018. Okay? Well, at least things I don't want to see happen this year. Okay? But until I see you on my next video, which actually my next video is going to be part 3 of the Rushura Kenshin, because I'm almost done with it. I have 2 episodes left. So you're going to see that one pretty soon. Probably in a little over an hour from now. Yeah, it depends on when I finish the last 2 episodes, okay? But until I see you in my next video, bye.